Cheers 17, everybody. Here's another video blog. This one is shot the same day as the last one. I don't think it'll be posted the same day, but it is shot the same day. I just had a few more things to discuss, and so we're gonna show you a little more of this ride, by the way, and we'll switch this around. Can we say cheers 17? Can you say cheers 17, buddy? Okay, the topic of this video blog post, and I may do this one as a written blog post as well, just because I'm looking for any place where I might get input. What I think would make my life easier is I have one glass carboy, yeah, and then I have one fermentation bucket, food grade plastic bucket from my homebrew shop, and then I have one 3-gallon water bottle that I use, and they all work. They all do their jobs. They all function just fine. What would make my life infinitely easier is if I could still do 5-gallon batches, or even 5.5-gallon batches in something that had a slightly smaller diameter, and I can accommodate a higher height if it's a smaller diameter. And I just don't know if there's anything out there like that. If there's a way to order something like that, I'm not even sure what I'd be looking for. As long as it's food grade plastic and it's got enough of a opening that I can get the wort in and out, and that I can fit an airlock on, I would think that it would do the job. And so I guess I'm throwing this up, and if you have thoughts of something, what would work for that, throw it in the comments or shoot me an email. My email is munissingbeer@upwds.com, or actually you could send it to my other email, which is mark@munissingbeer.com. And all advice is helpful. And I'm trying to figure out how to streamline my production a little bit. I have batches, 14, 15, and 16 for this year in the thing, and I didn't even start brewing until May, I think it was. So maybe it was April was my first batch. I don't know, I'd have to go look. Yeah, I need to sort out if there's a way to make that a little easier. And so I'm thinking there must be something that would meet those needs. I'm trying not to. I could go, I could get. They make some big ice cream pails around me that are probably closer to the diameter I'm looking for, but they're not going to hold 5 gallons, and they probably would hold 2.5. And I could split them in halves, but man, I was, then I gotta split the wort evenly. That's not a big deal. I could split the yeast. I wouldn't want to do that. I'd probably either pitch them with their own yeast, or just do yeast starters to pitch with. But once again, I couldn't stack them in there because I'd have to put airlocks on them, or even if it's just blow-off tubes, I wouldn't really be able to do that and then stack them on top of each other. They'd have to at least be staggered, and I'm not certain how I would accomplish that part. And so I guess those aren't a horrible option if I check how much they hold. And so that's kind of the whole point of this blog entry is, what do y'all use to ferment in? I know that I watch a lot of videos, and a lot of different vessels are being used out there. Some square ones, cylindrical ones, big ones, littler ones, glass ones, plastic ones, and that's all awesome. And it's mainly because it just means that there are options. And I know that some people are going to say, well, this is the way you have to do it, and this is the way you have to do it, because a lot of people in our community feel strongly about the way they do things, and that's great. And sometimes there's science behind it, and sometimes it's experience behind it, and I take all of those things into account. But I know for a fact that there's a lot of people out there making good beer with a lot of different vessels, which is the same basic concept as with a lot of different methods, and a lot of people swear by their method because it's the one that works best for them. And that's, and I don't mind you being passionate about your method or your equipment either. And so that's why I invite your comment. But yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to figure out something I should probably measure, and maybe I will. Before I post this video, I'll put a caption on here that actually says the diameter I could get away with, and then take a look at what might be out there for options. And so, all right, that's enough for this entry. Cheers, 17. Talk to you guys later.